Hello and welcome to another episode of Orlov Math, titled Operations with Rational Numbers. So first thing I want to show is the Sleepy Man and how this works. So we've seen it before, but let me doubly demonstrate how this thing works. So Sleepy Man works for two different things. When signs are next to each other, you use it, and when you do multiplication or addition or multiplication division of numbers with different signs. So let me show you how this works. So check it out. Example 1, it's negative 48 divided by positive 6. So you need to find out what kind of outcome is it gonna be. So you take your finger and you see one number is negative, one number is positive. So you cover one negative and one positive. What are you left with? You're left with a negative. So you know that the number in the answer is going to be a negative number. And so now you just treat this 48 divided by 6, negative 48 divided by 6 as regular 48 divided by 6, as both of them are positives, because you already determined the sign using your Sleepy Man. So it's negative divided by a positive is a negative. So you're looking at 48 divided by 6, which is going to be negative 8. That's the final answer. Same thing will work for multiplication, but with this particular multiplication problem, I want to show you a couple of different things, or actually one different thing. So look at that. Multiplication needs to be performed from left to right. However, if it's all multiplication problem, it doesn't matter which order you go to. For the sake of consistency and to make it easier on you, let's go from left to right. So first step is multiply 4 by 5. Ignore this negative 10 for now. You're only focusing on this. Make it easier on you. It's bite-sized math. 4 times 5. So 4 times 5 is 20. And then you just carry down times negative 10. Okay, again, now it's 20 positive and negative 10 is, well, negative. So 20 positive times a negative. Again, you use your Sleepy Man, cover positive and cover one of the negatives. What are you left with? It doesn't matter actually which one you're covering. So the answer is going to be a negative number. So you know it's going to be a negative, and then 20 times 10 is 200, and that is the answer. Question 3, example 3 here, is addition subtraction. And this particular example is a little weird because, and maybe confusing because of the excessive amount of parentheses. Here's the trick. Let's do it the Russian way. It's negative 4 minus negative 3 plus negative 1. Do you see the problem with this one? Yes, too many double signs, and I don't like double signs, okay? So again, look at the first double sign. So negative 4 is good, minus 3 is not good. So I'm going to write down negative 4, then I know there's going to be a 3, and I know it's going to be a 1. But which signs are going to be in between them? It's up to you right now to find out. So double negative, so what you're going to do is you take your finger and put it over two negatives. Guess what that turns into? It can be replaced by one positive. So it's going to be a plus 3, and then plus and minus here again. This is not good again, so plus and minus, guess what? I cover either one of them, plus and a minus, just gives me a one good minus. So it's going to be like that, okay? So check it out. It's going to be negative 4 plus 3 minus 1. Much better looking than this parentheses. So let's do from left to right. Negative 4 plus 3. Since 4 is greater than 3, and 4 has a sign, this is what we're working with, right? 4 has a sign of negative, so I know that the answer between them two will be a negative number. And there's a song. Remember we sang the song? Same sign, add and keep, different sign, subtract. Keep the sign of a greater number, and then you'll be exact. So, different sign. One is negative, one is positive, so we're subtracting. 4 minus 3 is going to be 1. However, keep the negative sign because the negative number had a greater value than the positive. And then you just drop down this negative 1 because we never touched it. So it's going to be negative 1 minus 1. They both are negatives, so the answer is actually going to be surprising. It's going to be negative 2 because, again, same sign, add and keep the sign. So you're adding the same sign. Okay, negative 1 and another negative 1. So how many negative 1s you have? Well, 2 of those. Okay, last question is question 4. It's also going to be addition and subtraction. So, but this one's a little bit easier. 5 minus minus 2 plus minus 1. Again, now it's the same problem as question 3, as you had in question 3, but in this case, we don't have those obnoxious parentheses. So here's what I would do. I put 5, 2, and 1, and now again, I'm going to use a sleepy man. Now, so you don't have to scroll back and forth, up and down, you can just do this. Create your own little sleepy man, or sleeping lady, if you prefer to do so. And check it out. Minus and minus, again, you cover it up. Cover minus and minus, and you're going to get a plus. So minus and minus turn into plus. What are plus and minus? Plus and minus, cover them up. What are you left with? A minus. And this problem becomes much easier. Now look, 5 plus 2 is 7. Don't forget that this you always want to rewrite. Drop it down. 7 minus 1 is 6.